Welcome to my channel, you guys. I wanted to just enter this video with this love and light that I feel right now. I feel so at peace right now. And I'm gonna get into why I feel the way I do today. I know why I feel the way I do. But I wanted this video to be about what I feel ancestors, that word, that feeling I get of knowing ancestors. That's what I want to talk about. And I want to talk about who is the most prominent ancestor, spirit guide in my life right now. And we're going to get right into it. So just to give you a little history of my journey and what I've experienced and what I've learned is I have a really, really good friend of mine. She is my soul sister. She's somebody who I met through my husband, and ever since we connected, we fully connected, we've been like this. Like, that's my sister. I know that I knew her in a different lifetime. And the reason why I say that is, guys, think about this. Have you ever met somebody that you just feel like they're so familiar to you? Like it's effortless when you guys first meet. It's effortless, and she's that person to me. I feel like I've known her all my life, and I feel like I've known her for a long time. So anywho, she introduced me to the word ancestors. Of course, I've heard of Ancestry.com, but she fully introduced me to that word and what it meant and the history behind that word. So ancestors to me, this is what I feel it means. There's two meanings that I get from it. Ancestors to me, one is people who you have known in this lifetime in the physical realm that have died, have passed away, and now are your ancestors. They're like your angels that are watching over you. Okay? And the second meaning I get from that word ancestors is people that you knew in a different lifetime. For example, as far as I know, my roots or my history is European. Like my race, my ethnic background is European. However, it might be more than that. I might have lived in a lifetime where I was in a different country than what I was told where my roots are. My ancestor might be, I'm just naming things. My ancestor could have been a witch, could have been a gypsy, could have been a medicine man, could have been this prophet or anything, right? So for example, let's just say somebody in history that I personally right now don't know their face. I don't know anything about them. I don't know what they sound like, their history, but I know there's people that I was with in a different lifetime. I lived before this, and I'm gonna live after this lifetime too. And what I want to touch on is, for example, like you meet that person that you feel like you've known for a long time and it feels so familiar. It's probably somebody from a different lifetime reincarnated into this person, into a different form, into a different body. That's a whole nother video, but I just wanted to tell you the two meanings I I take from that word ancestors. It's like the angels that watch over you and guide you, basically. So on one hand, I know a prominent ancestor that's looking over me right now, and that is my dad. On the other hand, I want to connect with these ancestors that are with me in every lifetime. I want to actually see their faces. I want to know what they look like. I want to know who they are. So I'm right now focused on connecting deeper with my ancestors that I haven't seen yet. I would love to get to see them and see who they are and see where I come from, and like I want to go really deep into my lifetimes and see who I was before this lifetime, where I came from and everything like that. So yes, so that's the two meanings that I get from ancestors, okay? And that was introduced from my sister. She taught me about it, the Kemetic history of ancestors and gods and goddesses and all of that. I learned a lot from her. But from my own experience, I know the most prominent ancestor, the most prominent spirit still with me that I feel the presence of all the time is my dad. And I'm laughing because I just feel his presence right now. If you have lost somebody that you love dearly, a family member, a friend, a loved one, and they passed away, just know that their spirit still is here with you. But I feel like it depends on how close you were with them. For example, my dad and me were like this. My dad was my best friend. My dad was the one who I can call on and go to and get so much wisdom from, and so much love that I didn't receive. I want to get deep, but I feel like I'm just going to go on a rant, and I don't want to get besides the point of this video. I really just want to keep the focus on my dad. In the midst of everything that was always going on in my life, he was always there, even though he wasn't the one who raised me. My dad showed me how to love. He showered me with affection, and he always showed me how much I mean to him. He made me feel like the most beautiful girl in the world. He taught me the importance of loving myself and loving others. Like in all the situations, I would call him and just be upset and crying and angry at what I was going through at home with my household and my sisters and my mom growing up. Like I dealt with a lot. I dealt with a lot that I saw. He knew exactly what I was going through without me having to tell him. Like he just knew. He would always say, like, if I didn't tell him anything about what was going on with me, he can feel that something was wrong with me. And he would say, and he just knew, and he would never pressure me to tell him things, but he would always just be so patient with me. And when I was ready to just spill my heart out and talk to my dad and cry to my dad, he was right there. He never judged me. And his response after he just listened to me and let me vent and was just there for me over the phone or just there for me in person, he would give me the best words, the best advice. And it was never, you should do this or anything like that. It was like the most wise, loving, caring, level-headed advice. And my dad is the one I always could talk to. He was always there for me. I'm so thankful to have known him in this lifetime. And there are certain people you meet that are always going to be with you, whether it was a previous lifetime or this one, or you're always going to interact with them somehow. I believe that. Now, in my lifetime right now, my dad is here with me right now. As I'm speaking to you, I feel his presence, and I've learned to actually have conversations with him. So he passed away 4th of July, 2014. It's a very special day for me, and I think it was very fitting that he passed away on 4th of July. It's just, I take it as whenever 4th of July is happening, I see all the fireworks and the celebration. With that energy, the celebration, that really electric energy that goes around 4th of July, it's a celebration for my dad. It's like a constant, hey, we're celebrating for my dad's life here on earth. Like, it's a celebration, and it's a party for him. So I'm thankful that the world is celebrating, and I feel like it's a celebration in remembrance of my dad. So I'm thankful for that day. I think it has a lot of significance of when he passed, that day, how it happened. There's a lot that I could get into in vivid detail. I remember that day exactly, but I won't get into it. Just know that my dad did die with such a peaceful heart. He was really, really prepared to pass away. He passed away from liver cancer, and when he found out he had cancer, it was just, you have terminal cancer, you're stage 4. And he had a certain amount of time to live, and he passed away. Moving forward, when he first passed away, I talked to him a lot. Like, I would talk to him because I felt that connection still. I felt like he wasn't gone. Even though I couldn't call him and hear his voice anymore, I know that I still had that connection with my dad. Fast forward after that, I kind of stopped talking to him as much as I started to when he first passed away. I stopped it, and I think I created a habit of just not talking to him. He was always on my mind, and he always is still. My dad is constantly on my mind in everything I do, but now I have officially learned that when I talk to him, he is in my presence. He is surrounding me. He is still holding me and comforting me. And I cannot even explain the feeling in the experience in order for you to feel what I feel. But I do know when I meditate and I talk to my dad, I can hear him laughing with me. Like, I remember his laugh, and I know he's with me. He's in my presence, and it means a lot to me because what he taught me about love and just loving first in any situation, just be a good person about it. Like, your character, be a good person. He taught me that. He taught me that. I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for my dad. I'm so thankful for my dad. I'm just gonna, I have to right now. For this moment, I have to sage, because to me it's an offering. To me it's inviting him in. It's welcoming my ancestors that are here with me, supporting me in my journey and guiding me. I wanted to tell you an experience that I had last night. Okay? So if you don't know already, I have gotten close with a big group of girls, of women who come together. We're a sister circle and we support one another, and we're really close. So we text all the time in a group. We have a page on Facebook, and we're just really close. And we through every, up and down situation of life, just the ups and downs of life itself, we're there for each other. We're motivating each other, and we're pushing each other to evolve. It's not that we're forcing each other to do anything. It's like we are growing with one another, and I see the development of all of us within each other, throughout each other, and I'm thankful for that. Ashes everywhere. So again, I thank my dad for being in my life and in my presence. As soon as I said that, I looked at the time. It was 15:55. I'm learning from, again, my group of friends, my group of sisters, to pay attention to numbers, because that has significance of the exact moment when you see it. It's telling you something. It's the universe telling you something. It's giving you a sign. It's talking to you. So I believe in that, and it does work, and I know it's there. And because I'm aware of it, it's there. So yes. So last night, one of the sisters, is just having a rough patch, and we're just there for her. One of the other sisters said, hey, why don't we all meditate tonight together in spirit? Because we're not with each other. We're in different places. And so in spirit, we all meditated at the same exact time. And we specifically meditated, of course, for ourselves, but for that person specifically. We all put our energy and love and light into that person as we're meditating. We, after it happened, you guys, I'm laughing because it's so awesome how energy and frequency and high vibrations, how all of it works. So after it was all done, in the group chat, we were like, this is what I experienced. And the other person said, yeah, I felt that too. And I saw this number, and just telling each other what we all experienced and how similar some of our feelings were, and what we thought and what we felt, right? So the girl who was having a rough patch, I separately just messaged her and broke down, and I said, I'm getting emotional telling you this, but this is what I felt. This is what I was meditating on and meditating for you. And I actually felt connected to her. I felt like she was on the other end of a light beam. And she felt that too. She felt like she was flowing and swaying back and forth as she was in meditation. And I said, as I was meditating, I was moving you around with the light. That's just a little insight of how real and how hard energy works. And it's real if you know it to be true. Anywho, so at one moment I envisioned myself just wrapping my arms around her and holding her close, and I felt like I was surrounding her with warmth. I felt this warmth, and I know that in meditation I was holding her, but it was the sensation of when my dad was holding me. It got me very emotional because I know that whatever I'm doing, my dad is still, his spirit is working through me. His love that he showed me how to love is coming out through me. So in a sense, my dad is in me too. My dad is working through me, and he is still providing that warmth and that support, and how I felt safe with him. Others feel that from me, because the girl said, in real life, when I do give her a really deep hug, I said, I hope you know the reason why is because I want to hold on to you for a little bit. I want to give you that big hug. I love you. I care about you. She said to me, Sierra, I feel that. I feel something when you hold me. And I know this is my interpretation, and nobody can tell me any different, but I'm telling you guys, I actually know that it's my dad's warmth and his hug when I hug others with that love. It's that loving energy that's pouring out, and because he still is with me. It's just my feeling, and it is the truth. It's what is happening. Another experience I had is when I was meditating, across from me was my dad. I envision him sitting there and just smiling. And I just keep hearing his beautiful laugh. Like when he laughed, he made me feel happy, and he put that light out into the universe. He was just a really amazing person that I was grateful enough to have in my life. So I'm so happy to know that he is here with me, and he is still showing me that love and making me feel safe, and I still feel like the most beautiful woman in the world, just like he made me feel in this physical realm. Another example I want to give you is I have vivid dreams, not consistently. Sometimes I don't even remember my dreams, But I do have a book that I do write my dreams down. Whether it's good or bad, I write everything down in a journal. And it's crazy when I look back and I say, well, this actually happened. Before it happened, I wrote that dream down. So dreams are really important to me, and I do interpret them, and I do take them serious, to break them down and say, what does this mean? What was the feeling I got from that? Anywho, I don't dream about my dad as often as I would like. I don't see him in my dreams as often as I would like, but I know it's just another confirmation that he's here with me. So this was recent. This was like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. My dad visited me in my dream. And I'm just going to tell you the dream because I think it's so awesome, and how simple it was, but how it spoke volumes of him still being present. Like he showed himself to me to say, sweetie, I'm here with you still. So I'm already married, if you don't know already. In the dream, me and my husband were getting married. But envision a high school cafeteria, just that big cafeteria with all the long tables. It was that was the scene. And it was full of people. And I remember my husband standing up on one of the tables in his suit. And I don't remember what I was wearing. I don't remember what I looked like. And I don't think that was the point. I remember just looking for my dad. Like looking around to see where he was. Because until I saw him, I knew that nothing was going to happen until he was there. And next thing I know, a card is placed in my hand, like a note card, a written out nice card. And the significance of that is every holiday, every celebration, anything in significance to get a card for, my dad would personally handwrite his cards to me. And he had beautiful handwriting, which he got from his mom, who my grandmother's passed away. However, he had the most beautiful handwriting to me. It was always like a cursive handwriting, and he had the most beautiful messages for me, how beautiful I am, how worthy I am, how much I mean to him, and how much impact I have on other people. He always told that to me. So I had that support from him always. I had that reassurance from him always. That card, I don't know the message, but I know at the very bottom, it said, here I am, sweetie. And I looked up, as soon as I read that, I looked up and he was in the doorway in a suit. All I remember seeing was this white halo of light behind him and him standing in the doorway with a bouquet of flowers. That was the most important dream I've had in a long time. And of course I wrote that down, and I'm so thankful for that. Thank you, Dad, for always showing me you're here with me, even through dreams. Something simple for him, just standing there with a bouquet of flowers saying, I'm here, sweetie, here I am. He always called me sweetie, and basically he told me he's still here with me. He's always going to be with me. So, people still live on, because when you're in this realm, this physical realm, you are not your body. But for some reason, you were put into this body for whatever mission that you had here. That's my belief. And whatever, I look like this, I sound like this, I am who I am because it is right for this mission. This is just a suit I'm in, though. My spirit is what I'm now learning about. And I know that the deeper you connect to spirit, the deeper you're going to get with really finding out who you are and really connecting with those you want to connect with, even if they're not physically here with you. So I wanted to take the time and make a video about what I feel ancestors are and who's really prominent in my life as far as people who've passed on, which is my dad. And sadly enough to say this, I don't have many loved ones. Like, you know how people say a lot of people have died that they love, which is very unfortunate, but you know, that's life, and that's it happens. It's like a revolving door, but they're still here with you. I just wanted to say that if you have lost somebody, they are still here with you. And if you want to connect with them deeper, especially if you love them so much and you connected with them, I highly advise that you just talk with them as if they're right there with you, because you will feel their presence instantly. Don't be afraid of anything you feel or hear or experience afterwards, because I mean, you're kind of asking for it. If you want to connect with somebody who is not in this realm anymore, they'll show themselves to you, and you have to be ready for it, but you have to do the work to connect with them. But just know that they are still here with you. One more thing I wanted to say. Today was my first day that I did an offering at my altar. And if you don't know what an altar is, it's basically just a section in some part of your house or in your space. You set up a section however you want that basically has significance to you. You can do it however you want. I would highly advise you just research. If it's something you're like, what is that? I'm interested. Research what an altar is. But how I set mine up is I have all 4 elements of universe incorporated in my altar: fire, water, air, earth. Those are the 4 elements of this universe. So water, I have a cup of water, and that's an offering. That's a drink from my dad. It's just basically I have a bowl of fresh fruit, and this was my first time doing the offering of food and drink today. So the element of water I have there from today is just a cup of water, and that to me is offering as if he's a guest in my home, saying, Dad, here's food and water for you. It's an offering. It's almost like you're bowing in front of them, saying, I am grateful for you, and I welcome you, like as if you were still in my home. And they are. Their presence and their spirit is still there. So today was the first time that I did a food and water offering. And it wasn't only for him, it's just for my ancestors as well that I haven't seen yet, but I know there's other spirit guides guiding me through life and protecting me and keeping me safe and helping me receive messages when I have to question things and I just get an answer. I know those are my spirit guides. So so basically we had breakfast together today. I had fresh fruit and the glass of water, and I'll change it out whenever he's done with it. That's the feeling I get from that. I'm treating him as he's in my own home, taking care of him, feeding him, and showing him love and gratitude. So that's my water element. Fire, I have candles going. I also have a salt lamp. It's not fire, but it is light. So salt lamp is always on. When I'm in my house, salt lamp is on. So we have the water, we have the candles as the fire element. We have the air. I have the feather you've seen in my other videos. I put that on my altar today just to keep all those elements together, and feather is an air element. And then my earth is just the crystals I chose to have surrounding my altar. My selenite, my fluorite, black tourmaline, and citrine, and rose quartz. I just feel like those are really, those are the stones that I was told to put on the altar. That's what I was told to do, so that's what I did. And I know that selenite really is a great protector for just energies all over that space. It's illuminating a cleansing effect all over and protecting at the same time. So that will be there. Unless, of course, I do videos and I use it. So I just wanted to say, yes, I am now learning to connect even deeper, because I want to get to the point where I actually hear my dad. I know internally in my spirit he is with me, and I actually just faintly hear his voice and his laugh. Faintly hear or see him, because, of course I remember the image of him, but I want to vividly see him. I want to actually travel into another realm with him. So that's what I'm getting close to, but I'm just taking the steps to always talk with him as if he's still here, and always meditate and talk with him and connect with him in that essence, and show him gratitude and take care of him and love on him with that offering. So I'm taking steps to connect deeper with my ancestors and my spirit guides. I'm excited for this journey. It's just allowing me to connect deeper with self and connect deeper with the entities, my spirits, my everything that's bigger than this realm. This is just an illusion that we're in, you guys. I believe that. Oh. So just another way of me incorporating my dad in my life. So as you can see, this crystal was my dad's. My friend specially wrapped this beautiful, just clear quartz crystal. My dad, back in the day, had a friend. I just remember going to this person's house and we went to the backyard and he had crystals in the dirt. So looking back now, knowing what I know, he probably was charging those crystals under the sun in earth, and I guess he was mining crystals. Like nowadays it's hard to find people like that, and crystals are so expensive. So my dad knew all these people that knew about nature and spiritual work and crystals, and my dad definitely introduced that to me and showed me the importance of nature itself. So he had this crystal, but this is my cuff, my arm piece, and this was my crystal. Look how similar they are. They both have the point, but this is the crystal I've had. I don't know the age I was, younger than 10 years old. This is the crystal. This is my very first crystal I've ever had. My clear quartz. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece. And when my dad passed away, later on, my stepmom, who I'm very close with, she is like my mom. She is not my biological mom, but she has always treated me like her daughter. And so basically I asked her, does dad have crystals? Does he have like rocks, you know, in the house? And she said, let me check. She said, yeah, he has some things. I got there and this is the one he had all this time. This was meant for me to film. So yeah. So this is an important piece to me. It's not just because it's a crystal piece only, it's because this is my dad's energy in it, and I have the matching cuff. So it's very important to me. There's a lot of things in my house that I've kept from my dad. There's a huge dream catcher in our room that he had. This Native American woman made it for him back in the day. I remember when she made it, and yeah, so there's a lot of things that I still have that I know my dad still carries that presence in my life. So I'm just curious to know if you get visits from your loved ones and you feel their presence, and if it's something that you're not sure if it's them or not, I would love to talk with you about it. So I'm just happy talking about this. I'm so thankful for knowing my dad and his presence still in my life. So I hope this helps you to know that you still can connect with the people that have passed away and you were very close with them. And I'd love to know if you experience them reaching you and still contacting you through dreams, or you feel presence but you don't know what it is. Just know you don't have to be scared of it. It's obviously someone still trying to be in your presence. Now, if you do feel like it's a negative, you just feel negative about that presence, whatever it is, that feeling, you just feel something and you feel like it's negative, you got to get some sage in your life if you don't have it right now, and sage your space. Wherever you feel that energy, the sage will clear out that space and get rid of negative energy and any negative entities that are surrounding and staying in your home and don't want to leave. That's another video too. Get sage, connect deeper, meditate, and talk to the ones that you love. I hope this video helped in some way, and talk to you next time, you guys. Thank you for watching.